Hey everybody, it's your boy Surge Dragon. Welcome back to another edition of the Heavens Monsters podcast. Today we're going to cover May 20th of AEW Dynamite. With me is Chris Petrie, Andre Mitchell,
Yo.
and Mike Henry.
If you're ready for AEW, give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Ready for AEW, give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Alright, let's go. Today we got Excalibur, Tony Schiavone, and Jim Ross on commentary. So, a limo pulled up outside the venue and dropped off the inner circle. That they told interviewer Alex Avo that they had surprise in store later for the Elite. Kicking off the program, we had AEW World Champion Jon Moxley versus 10 of the Dark Order, with the Elite one, Mr. Brody Lee, in a non-title match. In this match, Jon Moxley would win the match, but then put Mr. 10 on the spot, saying that if he doesn't come out and give him back the title, that he's going to break this guy's arm with the chair. Short but not sweet would be Brody Lee saying that sacrifices must be made. In which case, he just walks off with his Dark Order posses. And hold up. Andre, is that your fan?
No.
Chris, you got the fan on?
No.
And what the heck is making that pillar noise? Alright. I just wanted to check with you on that. Let's see. Well, sure enough, he went and broke his arm. 10, his left arm is broken. Because Brody Lee didn't give a damn. You then have the same interviewer, Alex Marvez, interviewed Jon Moxley as to what happened. He says this Saturday, Brody Lee is going to sleep and he'll have lost the match. And whatever power he thought he had, it was nice knowing you. Sean Spears' network had some breaking news prior to the fact that he was not even scheduled to be in the next, that's later Saturday pay-per-view, Double or Nothing. So he went and called out the natural Dustin Rhodes, knowing that he has retired. So this was him being an ass, calling out Dustin Rhodes. Yeah, that's what he was saying. I'm glad I don't got you on camera. Hey, Mikey. I see your restroom. I know what you're doing. Yeah, nature called. Say something. Say something. Nah, I'm not. Alright. Next thing on the list is, we're doing a speed run. That's why I'm not getting my brethren's opinions, because we all know this is some bullshit going on in AEW with a lot of the heels. I haven't heard anything about Dustin Rhodes, and that's his comments. It was time for the main event. Representing the Inner Circle, it was the Spanish God Sammy Guevara against broken Matt Hardy, who is representing the Elite. Now that can't be the end match. The hell? Okay. Yeah, this is weird. I'll go to another site just to make sure this is wrong, but I'll do this. Hardy as Dramaticus whipped Sammy into the corner. Blah, 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 blah. Skip this. Time to do a speed run here on this one. literally anything goes this Saturday at Double or Nothing. Explain Excalibur, he says. Yeah, it sounds like there was major interference. Yeah, Sammy hit several super kicks on Hardy, who refused to lose. Sammy went for a shooting star press, but Hardy moved. Ooh, that was good on him. Hardy tried for the twist of fate, but Sammy kicked out. Hardy removed Sammy's wrestling boot and chopped down on his foot. Yeah, I'm just reviewing here. I'm trying to see. Inner Circle had... Hardy was looking for retribution for Vanguard 1, brought a steel chair into the ring. Hardy's revenge on Sammy was cut short as the Inner Circle was shown a big screen at the top of the ramp. The Inner Circle had Kenny Omega restrained at the field goal post. Jericho swung his baseball bat at Kenny's abdomen. The Young Bucks made their triumphant return and jumped from the stadium wall onto the Inner Circle. Hangman Adam Page sprinted down the entirety of the football field in his cowboy boots to even up the numbers on the Elite side against the Inner Circle. Jericho and his squad retreated after the wild brawl with the Elite. So what the hell happened to the match? That doesn't say anything. Who won the match between Sammy and Broken Matt Hardy? Do you remember, Chris? That don't tell me nothing. It was 2 weeks ago, so I'm trying to refresh my memory. I'm drawing a blank here. Yeah, you guys look like you're ready to sleep, so I'll definitely do a speed run on the next part, which is the main event. Give me a sec. Double or Nothing. Or actually, maybe click on this to see if there's any more, because that don't sound right. That should have been more. All right. Brody Lee, John Moxley. Winner, John Moxley. MJF. There you go. See, that side didn't have everything. With Wardlow versus Marco Stunt. Yeah, he said he signed a contract for that match to mock him. And of course, you would figure that he was going to win, and he did. He had Wardlow on the outside, and he used that diamond ring. Next, blah, 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 blah. Ah, yeah, we had a sit down with Arn Anderson and Jake the Snake Roberts, saying their 2 cents. Well, actually, full hour. Give it a full hour of thoughts on how Cody Rhodes is going to whoop Lance Archer's ass, while Snake to Jake Roberts disagreed. So, the table was thrown and words were thrown, but ultimately, one bit of information was very interesting. The one who would represent and give out the new TNT title would be boxing legend Mike Tyson. Iron Man Mike Tyson. And he said he had free reign throughout that show, so he could fight anybody. That was a setup. Woohoo! Okay. Going to the second part on this thing. Orange Cassidy versus Rey Fenix. Okay, hey, what the hell? The winner was Rey Fenix, thanks to the Kip Saban interfering on the outside. Also, besides Kip Saban, we had all the participants in that ladder match. That would be a special, I guess, kind of like a guaranteed number 1 contendership against whoever wins, John Moxley or Brody Lee, for the next pay-per-view. as number one contender for the AEW World Championship. So everybody came out. We had Colt Cabana, we had Kazarian, we had Scorpion Sky, we had... No, I don't think it was Butcher and the Blade. I didn't think they were in the match. Yeah, we had a lot of people coming out. Yeesh. Yeah, SCU came out and tipped Sabin off the ladder, which he was showing. Jimmy Havoc, there you go, runs out and brawls Phoenix, hitting a big springboard dive to the outside. Colt Cabana then hits a springboard. I see moonsaw, but nobody catches him. Ow! Cassidy, Orange Cassidy gets thrown over the ropes with his two buddies of the best friends and lands on everybody. We then have an interesting little promo with Britt Baker and Nyla Rose. Oh, it was a match. It was the match. Never mind. We had a tag team match between Britt Baker and Nyla Rose versus Hikaru Shida and Chris Statlander. During the match, Britt Baker would ultimately be in a position where her body would be badly damaged and couldn't continue. So it was a 2-on-1 scenario between Nyla Rose against Hikaru and Chris Statlander. Despite the odds against her, she showed why she is the AEW Women's Champion and also known as the Native Beast. She takes on a 2-on-1 scenario and beats the odds and wins the match for herself and the injured Britt Baker. Yep, this is where it said Matt Hardy versus Sammy Guevara. Who won that match? Break commercial, blah, blah, blah. Winner Matt Hardy. Okay. Okay, guys, what can you take from that? Was it a good show for you, Andre?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
What about you, Chris? You laying with your head next to the pillow?
Good match. Yeah.
All good matches?
Yeah.
Heels being a pain in the ass? Mikey's busy. I'm not going to put the camera on him. I am not doing that for you. I'm not going to do that to you, Mikey. Okay. Okay. So, next up, let's go to... Yeah, we got 12 minutes in. Doing a speed run on AEW's 3 shows. So, yeah. 23rd. That's right. May 23rd, 2020. Double or Nothing. Results. There you go. There it goes. Lost the foggy. Okay, I'm looking for a good thing. I'll be right back with a better review than this because this is kind of weird. Be right back. Alright, we're back. Okay, so another speed run for AEW featuring Double or Nothing. Only one of my friends watched it. Other two are going to receive the results here right now. We start the first match of the night with best friends Chuck Taylor and Trent going up against Private Party, Isaiah Cassidy, and Smarquin? How do you pronounce that? And it's best friends versus Private Party. Tag team match to determine the number one contenders for the AEW World Tag Team Champions. And the best friends won the match. I was like, where's the results? Oh, it's right there. Duh. For a total of 15 minutes and 10 seconds. Nice. Ah, oh, thank you, Wikipedia. It gives me every participant in this next match, the ladder match, to determine the number one contender for the next pay-per-view for the AEW Championship. It's called a casino ladder match, since they had the big Double or Nothing was all Las Vegas themed. So, in this match, we had competitors come out one by one, and once all the competitors are in, they can all get the ladder match. In which case, everything was crazy. We had Darby Allin, Colt Cabana, Orange Cassidy, Joey Janela, Scorpion Sky, Kip Sabian with Jimmy Havoc and Penelope Ford, so he had the most advantage going for him. Frankie Kazarian and Luchasaurus. Oh my goodness. Courtesy of the fact of, yeah, that's the news. We'll watch that later. Courtesy of the fact that Rey Fenix was supposed to participate in this ladder match, but didn't get to because of an injury. So, Joey Janela filled in for his shoes. In this match, we had all sorts of craziness going. We had people throwing through ladders. We had people getting buried under giant chips that took 5 men just to carry one chip. That's how big the thing was. We had people doing suicide dives, doing sky drops, kicks, tricks, you name it. But the biggest thing that came about in this pay-per-view match was none other than one of the participants that was the hottest free agent coming from Impact Wrestling to AEW. Representing by Taz, the submission, what was Taz known in AEW as? The Tasmanian Devil? The submission specialist? The submission machine. Thank you, bros. Well, the submission machine was managing this new talent coming to AEW, and we recognize him as the Machine, Brian Cage. Woo, man. It was an empty stadium, but we had the personnel superstars in this match. And this was crazy, man. Oh. Brian Cage is in AEW, boys. And he got buried. He was the one buried under those ladders and that giant chip. And he came out of it and went toe-to-toe with Luchasaurus, whooped everybody's ass, and was the one person to take the chip off the ladder, signifying he won the spot for the next pay-per-view at the... I don't know what the name of the pay-per-view is. Do you know, Chris? Yeah, Double or Nothing. What's the next pay-per-view for AEW? What? Fyter Fest. Yeah, at Fyter Fest, it will be Brian Cage whoever wins the AEW Championship at the end of this pay-per-view. No spoilers. Yeah. So how do you feel about that, Chris, knowing that Brian Cage is in AEW and already in the world title picture on his first night?
Shrek.
You ain't kidding, bro. You, Andre?
It was pretty good. Interesting.
And you, Mikey? Yeah, he's busy. I'll leave him to that. Next is a singles match between Jungle Boy and MJF, with Wardlow, of course, in his corner. Courtesy of the fact of Wardlow and MJF being a dirty player, Jungle Boy loses and MJF wins, continuing his undefeated streak. 8-0 in 2020. Son of a... Oh, and the ladder match, the casino ladder match, lasted nearly 30 minutes for 28 minutes and 30 seconds. While the singles match between Jungle Boy and MJF lasted 17 minutes and 20 seconds. Thank you, Wikipedia. Woo. Next is the finals of the AEW TNT Championship match between Cody Rhodes with Arn Anderson. I'm about to say Arnold. Goes up against Lance Archer with Jake the Snake Robert. And Iron Mike Tyson holding the new championship, displaying it in the corner. In this match, it would go back and forth between these two individuals. One wanting it more than the other. A lot of blood would be going on between these guys. But during the match, Arn Anderson was trying to help Cody Rhodes and would get thrown out of the match for it. Then Jake the Snake Robert tries to come out with the snake, and who gets in his way? But Iron Mike Tyson. He rips that shirt showing he's still fit, ready to go, and he says, try me. Try and get in this match. That would distract Lance Archer long enough for Cody Rhodes to hit him with not one, but two crossroads and pins him and becomes the new TNT champion. Woo. That match lasted 22 minutes straight. Woo. Next is a singles match between Chris Statlander, the alien chick, and Penelope Ford with Kip Sabian. So these two women are looking to be in a AEW women's title match. So this is definitely getting them into the brackets. This match landed 5 minutes and 30 seconds with the winner, Chris Statlander. And what's funny is she booped everybody on the nose. Excuse me. She booped everybody in the nose on the babyface section. Some were looking forward to it. Others were just blindsided like, oh, why you boop me? Next was the AEW Women's Championship title on the line. Defending the title, the Native Beast, Nyla Rose versus Hikaru Shida. In a no disqualifying match and no contest, no count out. Yeah, contest, what the hell? In this match, it would go crazy. Kendo sticks, chairs, tables. Damn. These ladies would lay it out all in the ring, but Hikaru found a way to remain on top, and your new AEW Women's Champion and third time in history marks the third women for that title. Ain't that cool, Mikey? Hikaru is the third AEW Women's Champion in history.
Hell yes.
How you feel, Chris, about that?
That's great.
And you, Andre?
Awesome.
That match lasted 16 minutes and 40 seconds. 14, yeah. Right after that title shot, we have the main title shot. We have Jon Moxley going up against Brody Lee in a singles match. Regular standard match. No disqualification, no that. No. Just regular rules. Surprisingly, during the match, they go outside to the platform near the stage on the ramp, connected to the ring, which is made of not metal, but boards. And we know that now, because when Jon Moxley was about to be thrown into the ramp, he countered it and then hit the paradigm shift, which is a double hook, arm hook, DDT. And they go through the floor! Damn! They both come out of it with Jon Moxley's arm being a little injured, but damn, Brody Lee's face is all bloody. And the match ends with Jon Moxley making Brody Lee tap out in a technical submission hold. Hey, fighting Jake Hager did some good. He learned some MMA, thank you. MMA tactics. Woohoo! About to say UFC, but he was in MMA. He wasn't in UFC. That match lasted 15 minutes and 30 seconds. So it was good on Chris It was good on John Moxley for making him tap out. Ain't that right, Mikey? He's busy. How about you, Andre? Do you enjoy that?
Oh yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm. Next up, we got... Oh, this was a good one. Oh my goodness, what didn't happen in that football field? We had the Elite featuring Matt Hardy, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, and Hangman Adam Page versus the Inner Circle of Chris Jericho, Jake Hager, Sammy Guevara, Ortiz, and Santana. And boy, they had a fight. There was so many things going on. Case in point, one of the things I have to mention, and he got a red card for it by the referee. All the referee was there. All the referees. They had to be, it was like a falls count anywhere team match that any point, anybody was submitted or pinfalled out of all these 10 men, the match would have ended. Can you believe that? Stadium Stampede was the name of the match. This is the first ever. So basically, we would have a Matt Hardy being drowned in the pool in the stadium. There's a pool in the stadium. Who the hell puts a pool in the stadium? What the hell? And he would be put in the water and drowned, come up as a alter ego of himself from the past, dunked again, and another version pops up, dunked again one last time, and the broken Matt Hardy came back up. Like, what the? As a payback, he goes and takes Ortiz to that bell that was across the stadium, rings it, and he's gone deaf for several days. As for Sammy Guevara, he's put in the ice machine and put a broomstick to lock him in there. Jake Hager, on the other hand, is having to deal with Hangman Adam Page. Yeah. Who just goes straight for the drinking. And they go for a straight up brawl, and it's like a cowboy scene where he takes him onto the table and just drags him across the dang on table and knocking everything. Coming to his aid is Kenny Omega, and they show why they're the tag team champions, and they roughshod him and knocking his ass out. But they don't pin him. That's weird. Why don't they pin him? Chris Jericho, on the other hand, is having a fun time with one of the Young Bucks. And the referee is getting on his ass, and he questions the referee's call, like they do in the baseball stadium. He asks for the footage, and he says, you're a bad ref. You suck at your job. And then he gets knocked the hell out. Super kick. Oh, and Sammy Guevara, I think, got the worst of it. Matt Jackson suplexed him from one side of the football field all the way to the other side. What the kind of cardio does that guy have? Sammy Guevara's ribs and back is hurting. Probably the back of his neck too. And the referee gave him a red card for overtime, over quarter zone, whatever he called it. He super kicked the referee for his troubles. And finally, Sammy Guevara, after that, wait, let me see. Okay, they got rid of Ortiz, Jake Hager, Jericho, and Santana. Yeah. After that, Sammy Guevara gets up. Oh, yeah. Chris Jericho knocked out the mascot for the Jaguars for that football team. And Sammy Guevara then comes back from that freaking fun ride. He gets up and then thinks that he won. I don't know what the hell he's on. And all he hears is the golf cart. The dreaded golf cart, and broken Matt Hardy is behind the wheel, and with Kenny Omega is like, run him over, like, hey, running. So it's Kenny Omega with Matt Hardy right behind him, and Kenny Omega is fighting tooth and nail with Sammy Guevara, And here we see the new reincarnation of Vanguard 1 who was dismantled 2 weeks ago. What do we call it? AV1? I don't know the name, but it's crazy. Let me see if it's here. Nope, it's not here. Well, the new Vanguard 1 showed up, distracted him long enough for Kenny Omega to put him into the electric chair position to set him up for the one-wing angel and hit it. And when he hit it, he jumped off the platform. And I measured it. I paused it just to measure it, and it was over 10 feet. That was a 10 feet fall onto those boards. And the referee is looking, trying to get in to see who's in what position. And she sees that Kenny Omega is on top of Sammy Guevara. She pins right on the side. 1, 2, 3. Match over. The Elite win. Good Lord. Oh, man. All this craziness is going on, man. That was a good match. How you feel about that, Chris? Was that as entertaining? Was that as entertaining for you as it was for me?
Yeah.
34 minutes. 34 minutes is how long that match was. Crazy. I hope they do it again. I hope they do it again. I hope they do it again. Andre, did that sound awesome to you?
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
I'm sorry for cutting you off, Chris. What did you say?
I said one with the bar fight.
You like that one best?
Yeah, I like the other part.
Yeah, Kenny Omega doesn't drink beer. He was drinking milk.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, give me some milk. You got soda back there? Yeah, we got Dr. Pepper, we got root beer, we got Sprite, we got Coke Zero. You know what? Give me Coke Zero. Alright. Did you hear me, Mikey?
Still busy.
Yeah, he's busy. Alright, so let's go ahead and mention the boys. Actually, I think I might have to end this part of the video. So a shout out to our brethren, the Heavens Monsters podcast. Shout out to Xavier Hill, Mike Henry, and Andre Mitchell. A link to their YouTube channels will be in the descriptions down below. And a remaining shout out to Chris Petrie. Let me take off my camera. There you go. Chris Petrie, T-Money, Renee, Farrell, and Delvin. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You didn't, give it a thumbs down. Hit the subscribe button, like the content, and hit that notification bell for the next Heavens Monsters podcast. Bye.